Good evening, everybody. How are you? It's lovely to see you. Well, hopefully that notification has gone out on Facebook that we are live along with, I was going to say TikTok for 2 seconds, along with YouTube. One day TikTok. As we do a bit of a wink. How are you all? I hope you are well. I hope you've had a good last week and a good weekend. Can you believe it's Monday? And can you believe it's October already? I'm like, crikey. I was doing the maths and there's only 12 weeks away until Christmas. Like, oh my days. So let's start off the show with some hellos, please. If you are new to me, welcome. Welcome to SPTV. Welcome to myself, Claire Heavenly Sprinkles. We'll do some hellos, we'll get to do some shout outs, and then we'll move into our evening. So let's do some hellos and then we'll go from there. Hello, Tiffany on YouTube. Lovely to see you. Lovely to be online. What I will also say, the Spirit's just reminded me, and no, it wasn't Richard. If you're watching on Facebook and Facebook is wibbly wobbly, then please pop over to YouTube. And if YouTube is wibbly wobbly, then please hop over to Facebook. It is wonderful that we're able to stream on two sources or two platforms, as they say. Hello, Curie, watching from YouTube. Hi, loving the little heart and the stars. Hello, Terry, lovely to see you. I know you're saying hello to Richard, and Richard says hello back. Lovely to see you. Hi, Millie B. Hi, I'm loving a whoop, 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 whoop. Lovely to see you, Millie B. I'm loving the profile pictures of all the hearts. Oh, we've got loads of hearts going on. We're not in February yet. Good evening, Jenica. Oh, you're in Crawley. Hope it's not wet and rainy over your side of the water. It is a bit wet over in Essex way. Hello, Tara. Lovely to see you with a big smiley face. Hello, Caroline. She's from Dagenham, or as we say, Dargenham. Know it very well, Caroline. Used to live in Dagenham, well, Rush Green Way. Hi, Jane. Lovely to see you with a nice little smiley wave. Hi, Susie. Lovely to see you. Hope you are well. Hi, Anna from Facebook as well. Lovely to see you. And remember, if you happen to recognise somebody on the list in the comments, pop along and say hello. I know I've got a lot of people that come over from my page, Heavenly Sprinkles, and my group. So I'm expecting you guys to say hello to each other. But remember, if you happen to see a name and you keep seeing that name when you've watched other hosts, pop on and say hello. It's all how we build our community. Hi, Paul. Lovely to see you. I'm well, thank you very much. I hope you are well too. And I know you're watching from YouTube. Hello, Deborah, all the way from Canada, and you love being a VIP. I will explain VIP a little bit later once we've got most of our show out the way. Hello, Tammy. Lovely to see you in South Carolina. Oh, is it warm over there? It's probably better than it is over here. And I know you're saying hello to Richard. So some of you may well be new to SPTV, new to me. You might think, who is Richard? I jokingly always call Richard my digital spirit guide. I promise I haven't had anything to drink today. It's just been water and tea. But he is our producer. So if you see me going like this for moments, that's me actually listening to him. So if you see me go still for a second, it's Richard chitting away in my ear. Hello, Melody. Lovely to see you. Now, if I don't get to say hello to any more people, please know I am now sending out a massive big shout out to everybody who has commented hellos both on YouTube and on Facebook. So as I said, I am Claire. I'm Heavenly Sprinkles. And I'd like to just explain how this show works. Now, what we normally do at the beginning is I do a little poem because Spirit knows that I'm not able to reach every single person. I should tell you, I would have a good cracking go out of it, but I probably wouldn't be able to do it because I'd be absolutely shattered. And then the messages always get a little bit weaker. And I always pride myself on giving strong messages. So what Spirit does is they come along and say, use a poem, because sometimes a poem can reach you or help you have some guidance without receiving a message from Spirit. So I have an address, as they normally call them in the divine services, and then we'll move into our evening of mediumship. Now, I've just talked about a poem, and Spirit has decided to completely go against that today. And I was like, right, okay, what am I going to do, Spirit? What topic do I need to do? So I basically say, where am I going? And they tell me. This time, they decided to place a tarot card in front of me. So I was like, okay. So they told me to go and bring it so you can see it as well. So you don't have to visualize it if you don't know what a tarot card list looks like. But Spirit is giving me the Eight of Pentacles. I was going to say the Eight of Swords. We don't want the Eight of Swords. We want the Eight of Pentacles. And what Spirit is sort of saying is that there are so many of us at the moment, we feel like we are not doing a good enough job. We feel like that we aren't good enough. We put such high expectations upon ourselves, expectations that we wouldn't even ask friends and family to do, to reach, to try and accomplish, yet we do it ourselves. We sometimes get so drawn down in the nitty gritty that we forget to sort of look up and appreciate what's around us. And with the Eight of Pentacles, it's all about craftsmanship. It's talking about development and trying. And sometimes we can be too trapped in our own thoughts and fears to try something new. And we think we can't do it, especially when we've given ourselves a list of jobs that we aren't even going to be able to achieve because there's not enough hours in the day and we aren't superhuman. And for me, this week, Spirit said, you could try something again today. And I was like, okay. And funny enough, it's not spiritual. It's me picking up my crochet hooks again. And at first, I got on a YouTube video, and I will tell you, I unwound the middle of a granny square crochet about 10 to 20 times. That was last night. But Spirit was saying, try, because I need something to keep my mind occupied. Otherwise, I'd be up in the spirit world the whole entire time. I've gone from something so tiny to now already I'm that far on in less than 24 hours. But if I'd listened to my own little voice in my head and said, give up, you can't do this, you're no good, you've got a million other jobs to do, I wouldn't have tried it. And here I am. Hopefully one day I'll have a nice big crochet blanket. So the card today and the message today from Spirit is, don't allow doubt to stop you. Don't allow fear to hold you back. And do not box yourself into high expectations that you are unable to achieve because you're not superhuman. Then stop you doing something creative or something that you enjoy. And I know it's not quite a poem, but Spirit said to me, there's a lot of us out there at the moment that need to give ourselves a break and do something enjoyable. So today you're all being remembered as the Eight of Pentacles. So I do hope that gives you some comfort and upliftment. I do try to do card of the days and they normally take over. So thank you, Spirit. I do hope that helps. Right. So calm down now a moment. And I'm so glad that a few of you are already sort of saying you're coming back and saying how it's making that connection to you. Our spirit world are very, very clever bunch of people up there. And let's talking about the spirit world, shall we now move into our evening of mediumship? So like I said, if you are new to me or to the show, just keep your ears open. Those that know me, those that have seen me plenty of times, I always joke, this is your chance to quickly go to loo or make yourself a hot drink or cold drink, because this is where I explain how I work. So what you see is what you get with me. I am no different face to face as I am here working with yourselves. So I allow your loved ones to come through and tell me whatever information they want me to know. They can affect my mannerisms. They can affect, sometimes they can even overshadow me, and you might see my facial expressions might slightly change. They do give me dates, they do give me months, they do give me names. Now, what I say with them, if they don't resonate with you or they're just not on point at that moment, please don't stress out. The wonderful thing about this show is that you can rewatch it afterwards. So all we simply ask is for you to just hold on to them comments or that bit of information. What I will say with names as well, if it's a name I've never used in my life, Spirit will give me a name that is as close to it as possible. So we had the week before last, I had Jerry. Now, the person's name was Jeremiah. I can assure you, I have never used a Jeremiah in my life. I've never met a Jeremiah yet, but obviously I've now met one in spirit. But all I kept getting was Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. So if I get a name that sounds like the name that you can connect with and it feels right in your heart, please take it. It's the same as I kept having Tony, Tony, Tony. And then later went, oh yeah, my boyfriend Toby. And I was like, I've never known a Toby. So that's what I will say. And basically, you're just going to have an evening of laughter, upliftment, and I'll pass over your messages from the spirit world. And with that, I'm going to be quiet now for 2 seconds because I've got a person in spirit who's telling me that they are really, really were impatient. Well, they are impatient because I'm not allowed to use past tense with the spirit world because they keep reminding me that they're still there. But I know I want to recognize somebody that was very, very impatient. Okay, so this gentleman was an impatient person. He does give me a feeling of being a grandfather, so I feel like I'm working with a granddad. That's how he's given me as his energy. And he would be somebody that you would go around and see him. However, he wouldn't always be around. Right, let me see. Richard, could I think he's going, yes, he went all quiet on me. Could you I swear I saw somebody make reference to their grandfather being Jerry. Could you just find that for me, please? Brilliant. Thank you. You're such a clever person. Thank you. Right. I'd like to come to Tiffany on YouTube, please. I know. I'd like to come to Tiffany if that's all right, please. Hello, Tiffany. Now, I know you said about Jerry, and I always know your loved ones are very, very clever. Well, or our loved ones, shall we say, are very, very clever because they will pull things from my memory banks to bring in with you. So, Tiffany, I'd like to come and work with you. Now, I said, no, you said you have a granddad in spirit, and I know you said Jerry was his name. Can you take him being a rather impatient gentleman and him not being around as much when you were younger, or your dad is what I'm feeling? I'm being told that I was impatient, I want to get things done, and he would have been in and you would have seen him and said, hello, granddad. However, he would have been in and out, and I keep even wanting him to be in an outside building like a garage or a shed. I want to be in an outside building. But what he's also telling me is at the moment for you, Tiffany, not around often. Okay, thank you very much. Tiffany, he makes me feel that you're feeling a little bit impatient at the moment as well. Okay, so he's talking to me about how, okay, you're hanging on. Okay, all right. He's telling me about you waiting on some information, but you're hoping to find a resolution in October. So he wants to recognize that there's something that you're just like, oh, come on, I want to get going. And now we're in October, there is a relief. So he's talking to me about he has watched you get quite frustrated regarding a situation you want a resolution, but he's been waiting in October. Now, if it isn't you, it will be somebody around you that you support, because obviously people we support. Okay, we have people that we support, and sometimes supporting them is as hard work as actually being the individual. I had a dream of him in the garage just the other day. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much, Tiffany. I asked him when he was giving me the information to make sure I can give you something that you could connect with. Whoop, whoop. We like that. Thank you very much. Right, okay. And he's starting to give me some months because I said to him, I don't even need to say anything now in the spirit world in my mind because they start doing it anyway. I want to recognize that July's important, would be a significant date. This would be a birthday, passing, or anniversary. He's also told me April's important as well, a birthday, passing, or anniversary, and I want to go to February. Yes, I know that's back to front. However, what I've come to learn is the dates will be important to you or will be insignificant to the person in the spirit world. I've also been shouted out that the 14th would be important, and this would be a birthday, passing, or anniversary in or around the 14th. Okay. Somebody has also had a conversation, or they've been talking about ways to sort of celebrate the autumn autumn period, the autumn equinox. I don't know if this is you or if it's somebody around you. The reason being he's drawing me to my reefs because I've got a lovely autumn reef. I've got two, but I want to be drawn to the colours of orange and browns and golden colours. And he's talking to me about you or somebody around you who's been talking about wanting to celebrate October. And he's given me a memory link to collecting conkers, and there would be a memory link for conkers. Now it might not be you that collected conkers, it may be your family member that did it when they were younger, but I know I want to give you conkers. Okay, I need to give you the name Carol as well, Tiffany. What other name? And Matthew. It sounds more like a Matthew. So I know we had Jerry and we've had Carol and Matthew. Well, your lovely gentleman, what your lovely gentleman has just come through to sort of do is just say to you, Tiffany, that the ending is in sight. So now for you, just if it's like I said, not you supporting somebody, now is the time for you just to take a deep breath because this ending is in sight. They told me there will be a chance to draw the line and a new chapter to start. So in the between now and that time, take some deep breaths, take some time out, recover, re-energize, because that new ending, new beginning, new ending is on its way. And Tiffany, I hope that makes sense. If I've lost you, hopefully you'll be able to come back and find us on SPTV, because Richard said there's any more comments at the moment. We know what internet's like. But with that, I am going to close your grandfather's connection down and say thank you very much for allowing me to work with you, Tiffany. And say thank you very much. Okay, Richard, if I could ask you to bring up some more names, please. Okay. Oh, who's that? Okay. I've got to go to a lady. Somebody knows a Pauline. A lot of that made sense. Excellent, Tiffany. I'm glad that did. I need to go to a lady. Either there's somebody called Pauline that's watching. This is a new one. Yeah, Pauline. Either somebody's called Pauline on the comments, or somebody knows Pauline, even in the spirit world. I know that sounds really weird, but that is completely and utterly new to me. So I've just been told, I just got shouted out Pauline. So Richard, have we got any Paulines on the line, please? Oh, brilliant. Okay, can I come and work with Paul then, please, Richard? Because it was really, really, really loud and I could hear like the Pauline. Right, okay, I'm going to come and work with Paul, who is on, oh, gone. Right, okay. I'm going to go with Paul and then see where I go with it. He's on YouTube. And then Millie B, you've seen me before. See how we go. And I know somebody else said, Dawney said she knows somebody in Pauline. Right, okay. I'm going to go with Paul because that's where that's where the Paul went, the draw went. However, what we'll do is we'll find out whether I am with Paul here. Hi, Paul. Right, okay. Paul, oh, here we go. Oh, okay. I haven't got a clue I'm chatting to. Like I said, I know I needed to come to Paul or Pauline. That's what I heard. Paul, can you take a cat, a black cat in spirit, or somebody owns a black cat? I know that stuff, but this lady, and it is a lady, who's talking to me about a black cat. So there's a cat in spirit. So she wants to recognise there's a cat in spirit. I also want to recognise somebody here. It keeps sitting with their, this sounds really weird, sitting with their legs crossed on the armchairs, because all of a sudden this is what this lady's made me do. So I know I've got to recognise a cat in spirit. It was a black cat. I know I've also got to recognise somebody here always sits with their legs crossed on the sofa. They do not put their feet to the floor. I know that's bizarre, unique things, but they're the little bits that helps me know where I'm going. Okay. Let's get you some details from this lovely lady. This lovely lady, she isn't making me known who her relationship is to you. She's just telling me that she is connected to you. So you got that. And Paul, can you take but having an interest in photography? Because all of a sudden she's drawn me to my tripod. I'm on a tripod, but she's drawn me to another tripod and somebody being interested in photography. So before I go any further, and especially because we had a few people that could take a Pauline in spirit, Just want to check whether that makes sense to Paul. If not, it makes sense to the others. Oh, yes, definitely. Okay. I don't know what oh, yes, definitely means too, because I've rabbited along, but we'll continue then. Right. Okay. I'm with you then. What I will say is to those that can take Pauline, remember you've opened your heart chakras up to the spirit world. If the message coming I'm giving you feels right in your heart area, and it's like that strong pull, bomb bomb, please take it. Yeah, my brother does. Okay, right. I just all of a sudden I just saw like somebody really liking photography, but we're not on like a phone. I want to be really clever at my photography, is what I'm being told. Okay, right, I've got to give you the month of June. If it's not the name, would be important birthday, passing, anniversary. So June, if it's not the name, would be important birthday, passing, anniversary. She tells me the November's important birthday, passing, anniversary, and she's given me the 22nd. Now, months and dates don't always go, so I know you've had the June and the November, and there will be the 22nd. There'll be a birthday, passing, anniversary in or around the 22nd. May well be connected to their months, but they don't always do that for me. What other month, my lovely? And I want to go to February. So February is important as well. Okay. She makes me feel that you've got a bit of a decision going on, or you, all right, okay. Got a bit of decision going on, but she's talking to me about not feeling satisfied. So I don't know whether this is a thought that's been going on about you being dissatisfied where you are currently in your materialistic life, like work, or whether it's within your home and you want to change. But she's telling me about you being dissatisfied, and there's a thought for change, but we're not there yet. So I don't know where that goes, but she's telling me she knows about this thought process that's going on. Okay. She has made herself known to you, this lovely lady. Okay, you're going to tell me who you are? Paul, she gives me, but I'm going to give it to you, my lovely. She keeps making me feel like I am on an auntie level, not necessarily on your mum's side, because I've got her on my left, on my right side. I've got her as a woman, obviously female energy, and she makes me feel like she's an auntie. So I feel like she's an auntie. Okie dokie, brilliant, thank you. But she's talking to me about being that side. Aunts and uncles, and always harder, but I know I've got to recognise a lady that side. Okay, right. But yes, there is something around you, and like I said, if it isn't you, you're supporting somebody that's going through that. Whereas a little bit like dissatisfied. Okay, but apparently you are really trying to look on the bright side of life. So somebody also must love Monty Python, because she's used the bright side of life, and I know that's one of my favourite films, and she's telling me that you are always trying to look on the bright side of life. So even though you may be feeling dissatisfied, or somebody else is, you're trying to sort of uplift them. You had a few aunties pass. Okie dokie. Well, that's where she feels okay. But she is talking to me about you always looking on the bright side of life. Okay, come again. I know we had life of Brian, but I'm going to use the name Brian as well, because I asked for names and she went Brian. So Brian would be important. Could be here, could be there. Don't worry about the name if it doesn't hit on point at the moment, but she tells me Brian. I've also got to give you the name Alice as well. So Ali, Alison, Alice. So she's giving me that name. What other I wanted to play. Okay, give me my name and then I'll read that comment in 2 seconds. What else do you want to give me? What other name do you? Peter. She's just said Peter's important as well. So she says Peter. Okay. Oh, bless you. You wanted to play always look on the bright side of life, but you got, oh, what am I having? I'm having Leonard and Snicket. I'm having that one. I'm having Freebird. That's what I'm having. That's by the by. Your lovely lady in spirit is laughing now at me as I said that. She was like, well, why not? And she loved a good old natter. So your lovely auntie or aunties are talking to me about having a good old natter. Okay. And I know you said about your mum's funeral. She is stepping in my energy, but she's a really quiet lady. So she's very genteel. Very, very gentle. She makes me feel that near to when she passed, she became quite quiet, or came quite introverted, or came quite within herself, because she's still very, very gentle and very, very calming. And there's either a picture, or somebody's got a picture frame of feathers, or like an angel type of picture with her in it. And yes, you can take the names. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. And somebody's got a thing about pickles, gherkins, because all of a sudden, Paul, I do apologise, your name just turned into the word gherkins. They use everything with the spirit world. Somebody's here has got a thing about gherkins. Now, I know this is quite a lot of information being sent, bish, bash, bosh. However, your lovely mum and your lovely aunties are kind of saying, we just want to let you know we're around you by giving you weird things. And they said to me, because you like the paranormal. So we're not talking just spiritual stuff like ghost busting, which I have done many paranormal investigations. So they're telling me, and I asked, why you give me loads of things? And they're like, because we just want to give Paul that upliftment, that just a bit of a boost, because you like all things paranormal, not just spooky spiritualism. And because they're laughing, so we said, we're doing this. And someone in spirit joked that they were going to go bump in the night. So there must have been a couple. You've noticed some sounds in the home around you. But your lovely ladies in spirit are just coming through to just give you a bit of upliftment, just give you a bit of apparently give you a bit of a tickle, a bit of a chuckle, and just help you feel a little bit brighter, especially as you're trying to uplift yourself or those around you. My sister wanted gherkins with lemon. Oh my good God, when she was pregnant. But it is just about coming through to just uplift you, just give you a bit of a tickle, really, especially if you're trying to be a more positive person. And at the moment, you may feel that you can't make a decision. They're telling me, tell them it's okay. It's okay. Don't put yourself under pressure, like we done at the cards at the very beginning. Don't put yourself under pressure. Just go with the flow. And with that, Paul, I'm going to say thank you very much for allowing me to work with you, and for all your feedback. I do appreciate it. And I hope it has just given you a bit of a chuckle. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for allowing me to work with you, Paul, and close your connection. Okie dokie. Richard, if we can bring some more names up, please. I've just been told. I was corrected for drink. Brilliant. So Richard, brilliant. Okay, so quite a few of you, spirit world are really, really, really savvy. Quite a few of you, Richard just said, like when he's looked through the comments, a lot of you can take things as well. I will see if I can connect in with any of you that have been able to take things, because sometimes we naturally lead on to the next thing. And I did get a name shouted at me, not by my lovely Richard, by a spirit in spirit world. So that's going to help me lead where I need to go. But basically, what happens a lot of the time is when we're all commenting and making like please, and you're saying hello, Claire, and all that jazz, and you're saying hello to everybody else, we are opening up our heart chakras to the spirit world. We're sending thoughts and memories of the loved ones, and your loved ones are savvy, and they know I can't get through to everybody like they do with a poem. And what they do is they give me information that others and yourselves can resonate. And remember what I always say, if it feels right in your heart, not our heads, we don't stretch, but if it all feels right in your heart, please take it, because your loved ones work collaboratively together. Honestly, this room is just full of spirits, and unfortunately not the alcoholic ones. Never mind. Anyway, to help me go to the next person, and I know there's a few that could take it, I was given, as I was moving into the next name, I want to be on Facebook, I know that, because I was shouted at that it was somebody can take David in Facebook. So that I would like to stay with those that could make the connections. And I know there was two people that could take it. Tracy, I remember you pulling a name up, Richard, and Matthew. Okay, so Matthew. Okay, Matthew. I need to recognise the name David as well. David would be important. So I don't like doing it this way, but loved ones are really clever on how they bring it up. Right, where are we going? You're going to make me work differently, Spirit, aren't you? Right, where are we going? Right, okay. Where are we going? I know I want to be on Facebook. Right, quite a few can take down. Richard, the lady. Okay, Richard, the lady that could take the 22nd. Okay, so MJC could take David. She could take Matt. Okay, is that Matt? Okay, thank you. I never know. Okay, that's never Matt. I know MJC is known as MJC knows that's all I ever know MJC as because MJC comes on my page. Right, okay. And I know that Tracy could take right. Okay, I'm gonna work with I know that oh yeah, we have David Spit. Right, okay, it's Tracy Tuck, but I'm still going to say MJC because MJC knows that's how I've only ever referred to that person before. Now I know it's Matt, but I would like to come to Tracy because I got David and I was told I needed to be on Facebook. But what I will say is, Matt, MJC, if you can listen because it may well be relevant to yourself. But I know I want to come to Tracy. Right, okay, so Richard's just bringing up the comments previously. So I have an auntie June in spirit, brilliant. My brother's birthday is 22nd, grandson's birthday is in November. I've been feeling dissatisfied. Pauline's husband is Brian, Alison is June's daughter, brilliant. And you could take the David. Okay, right, Tracy, I'm going to come and work with you, but remember, Matt, it may work with you afterwards, but I knew where I needed to go. Thank you very much. And thank you to Richard for finding it for me. Right, okay, right. God. I say, oh God, because now all of a sudden I've got somebody doing renovation and landscaping. Right, okay, this is going to be a double link. I can feel it. But I'm going to work and focus on Tracy first, and then I will go to Matt afterwards because all of a sudden I've got somebody in spirit who was a landscaper that was very good at gardening and has inspired the person here. So Tracy, I will ask you if you can take a person in spirit. It is a gentleman in spirit, is how I feel at the moment, would have inspired you or had an allotment that inspired you to do gardening. But I'm pretty sure that Matt will also be able to take that just by the assumption of the title of his name. But I'm going to still work with Tracy. Come on, give me some more information, sir. Right, okay. I need to give the name Tom as well. Thomas for you, Tracy. So he's just told me to give you Tom. I know gardening is still important because I'm talking about allotments and I'm being told about tomatoes. And this person was very, very knowledgeable because he's telling me about strawberries and making sure you have the straw under the strawberries so the strawberries don't go rotten. At the moment, I know I want to be Tracy, but I'm very conscious that I've got somebody else for Matt, so I'll come back to Matt afterwards. Right, okay, and I want to recognise that somebody in spirit taught somebody here regarding playing chess or drafts. Okay, so chess, drafts or checkers and chess. So I want to recognise that. So before I go any further, I'm going to ask Tracy. Thomas must. God. Tom's right. Okay. Right. Oh, you're all laughing. Richard's been really quiet, surprisingly. Bless him. He's probably letting me concentrate. So, right. Tom is connected to MJC and Tracy's. I love chateau renovation. Both grandfathers were good gardeners. I've been growing my own fruit and veg. Okay. This is how spirit works. Sometimes you two will have similarities and it will cross over and then I've got to unpick it. Right. Can I just talk to one person, please? One person. Right. Tracy, well, now we're talking about renovations, but they're now talking to me about, okay, and my grandpa talking about drafts. Excellent. They're making me work tonight. When I know you mentioned about renovations, either you or somebody around you has talked about getting your windows done or getting a new front door done because the windows are old or the windows have been changed from old aluminium to proper double glazing. I'm asking to give me some things for you so I can stick with you and then go to Matt afterwards. but I know I want to recognise somebody has had a conversation about changing their windows or door, or that's been done. Okay, come and talk to me about Tracy, please. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Don't worry about Tom, Tracy. That's for my lovely Matt over that side. I'm sticking to you, my lovely. Right. Okay. What they are talking to me is I asked, why are you here? Come and talk to me. And your lovely gentleman in spirit is like, well, I've got an opportunity to say hello. Okay. He talks to me about how he hasn't come through very often, or you've not had a message from him. Okay. However, he's talking to me about somebody here has got many similarities or characteristics to him on who, or you've looked and thought, gosh, that's just like what my granddad would be like. Okay, yes, the windows need sorting. Okay, sure. I know I'm definitely there with you then, because he is talking to me about how he hasn't come through a lot and he had an opportunity to come through and sort of say yes. It makes him chuckle. Okay, he makes him chuckle because somebody has become more and more like him, and it's making him chuckle. Okay, but this individual, like your granddad, isn't always open to talking about his well-being. So it does feel like it's a male here that's not great with his well-being, and he's sort of saying, do you know what? It's the right, what you're trusting with your intuition regarding this individual is right. Now, it may not necessarily be a male, but it's definitely somebody here who isn't great at opening up about how they feel, and is similar to how your granddad would have been. So your granddad would have kept it all, kept any concerns away from the family. But your lovely granddad is saying, I'm watching this person, keep an eye on them for you. But either you have been worried about this person and they're not telling you, and he's like, the spirit world are keeping an eye on him for you. Okay, anything else, sir? Because you just popped in. And there's been a conversation apparently, and again, it's just to let you know that the spirit world is around you. And I know I mentioned that Christmas is in 12 weeks time. Sorry for those that generally don't think about Christmas that early, but somebody has talked about changing the Christmas tree this year. If it doesn't make sense for you just yet, hold on to it, because there will be somebody around you that's going to be having a conversation with you saying, should we change the Christmas tree? Either go to an artificial one or to a real one. But somebody has been talking about a change of Christmas tree. Really, sir? Can we get through like Halloween first? They got, okay, thank you very much. Is there anything else? He has just come in for you, Tracy, just to give you that reassurance that your judgment is right, is what he's telling me. Your judgment is right, and keep listening. I sounds like you're talking about that. Okay, thank you. It is regarding somebody that's very much like him, more to do with his own well-being than it is like being an open individual. But he's saying, I'm keeping an eye on him, but he's asking you to trust your judgment. Is there anything else? Can we give us something else apart from the Christmas tree? Let's do something different. Okay, thank you very much. That's not something, sir. There's been a joke or a conversation. Why would you want to give me the most obscure thing, sir? But hey ho, there's been a joke or a conversation about the ironing that needs to be done. I'm sorry. I know that's really, really bizarre. But when you say to the spirit world, give you something unique, they go, okay, I will do. So there's something about someone's had a conversation or a moaning about the ironing needing to be done. I know that's daft. I know that is a bit off the wall, as I would say, but they are your golden nuggets to go, yep, he's been around. So it's just to let you know more that they're around you. And I'm going to give you that one and hold it. So yes, and I'm glad you understand. I'm going to hold it. I'm not going to say the Xmas word anymore, because we've said it far too many times. But I will leave all his love with you. Just keep trusting yourself is what he keeps telling me. Tell her to trust herself. And with that, Tracy, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And I love that. I did some ironing recently. You don't usually. Okay, so that was the joke. It is just to show you that they're around you. And I shall say thank you very much for allowing me to work with you. Whew. Right, Richard. They're making me work tonight, my dear. Can I go now to MJC, please, Matt? Because I know I want to come through, and we know we had Tom is my son. I know we had the landscaping. I know I've got a gentleman in the spirit world who would have inspired Matt, or has it was it? There's an inspiration about inspiring about going out on your own, is what I'm being told. So I'm going to come and work with MJC. I hope that's okay, Matt. I can't get over calling MJC, not MJC. But anyway, hey ho, keep on going, Claire. Right, apparently August, brilliant, thank you. August is important. That would be a birthday, passing, an anniversary. What other months do you want to give me? Right, October's important, so this month is important. Be a birthday, passing, an anniversary, and May is important if it's not the name. So August, October, and May would be important, and I've been given the 11th would be important. So there'd be a birthday, passing, an anniversary in or around the 11th for you. Right, okay, I'm being asked to tell you to take deep breaths at the moment. This gentleman also does give me a feeling that he struggled with breathing, so his breath or his breathing would have been hard near to when he passed. Yes, birthdays and passings. Okay, thank you. So breathing would have been really, really hard. But he is saying about needing to take a deep breath now. Okay. He's placing, they're using tarot cards again for me. He's placing the Six of Swords for me. And he's talking to me about how at the moment things might feel a little bit brilliant. A little bit is topsy-turvy. I'm going to come back to your 11 in 2 seconds. Things might be feeling a little bit topsy-turvy or have felt topsy-turvy. But as he places that Six of Swords in front of me, he talks about how things are now moving to a smoother waters. Okay, now that would also take 6 was important as well. That would be a birthday. June would be, if it's not the 6th of the day, it'd be birthday, passing, out anniversary. And the reason why I said I'd come back to the 11, because when he gave me the 11th, I said to him, did you mean like as a sign 111 kind of thing? And he just said the 11 and the 11th. And now obviously you said that, and I wish I'd gone and said 11 might be another number. Okay, I just pass it over. Okay, I don't know whether this is this granddad or whether there's another granddad in there, but I've got a memory link of nicotine stains on my fingers. So I know there's a gentleman. I can't figure out or connect it whether it's him or whether there's another gentleman, because I've got a couple of people coming in around me. But I know I've got to recognise a memory link to a gentleman in spirit with nicotine stained fingers. Okay, coming through. What else do you want to talk to me? I've got to give you the name George. He said, I asked, give me something else. And he went, George is important. Birthday, I see doubles all the time. George is important. You're a lovely person in spirit, joked and went, he went, so did I. So there would be a memory link with this gentleman with the nicotine stains, seeing doubles. But that gentleman is talking to me like in a tipple or two, because he said about you seeing double numbers, and then he went, yeah, I used to see double as well. So there would be a memory link with your other granddad then, because it made me feel I still had nicotine stains on my fingers, who liked, it feels like a whiskey or a rum, but I know I can see somebody, because he had a bit of a sense of humour, and he went, I see double, but that was different. Okay. The things your lovely family do in spirit for me. Right, what else? I'm sorry. You're somebody at the moment is also struggling to see, either see clearly, or somebody needs to go to the opticians. A lot of us get told off, and the reason being is I'm finding it hard to concentrate on the screen. I want to look everywhere else. So generally when that happens, that generally means that somebody needs to go to the opticians to get their eyes seen, or get their eyes sorted. I know I want to pass that over. And their message for you is to just to give you a little bit of reassurance that you're now moving into the Six of Swords. So you're moving into smoother waters. So things might feel a little bit wibbly wobbly, topsy turvy, but there is that sense of feeling that just have a little bit of belief that things will start getting a bit easier and a bit smoother. Is there anything else, sir? No, I just got Georgia name again. So there must be there's a George. It's a G name. I got George again, and there's a G name. So I'm going to just close it there because you just gave me the name George again. So I'm going to close your connection. Say thank you very much. I hope it's given you some reassurance for the future. And thank you for being so patient with me trying to figure out where I am going. And with that, I shall say thank you very much. We're going to move to a break now. So see you in a few secs.
The SPTV Divine Guidance Oracle Pack, a unique blend of inspiration and artistic beauty. Our captivating set of 78 cards combines the power of ancient archetypes, celestial guidance, and the essence of life itself to provide you with a unique tool for self-discovery, clarity, and transformation, all lovingly housed within an exclusive rigid box. The pack includes a booklet that delves into every card in detail, some of which carry dual meanings for deeper interpretation. The booklet also features 8 distinctive card spread layouts. Among these treasures, you'll discover 22 major arcana, 9 main archangels, 4 elements, and 40 life cards, each a work of art, radiating beauty and delivering profound messages that resonate deeply within your being. The SPTV Divine Guidance Pack, where beauty meets enlightenment. Pre-order today and unlock the extraordinary wisdom that awaits you. To be among the pioneers in experiencing our forthcoming collection and to reserve your pack in advance, as well as to access more details, including a sample audio description, kindly visit sptv.uk/cards. Tomorrow night from 6 p.m, SPTV introduces their new show, Shopping with SPTV with Karen Besant. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, Deb Clark demonstrates her mediumship by offering free readings.
Hello and welcome back from the break. So I always do before we jump back into another bit of mediumship, it allows me to sort of detangle the world of spirit. We've got the lovely Deb tomorrow, which I love watching. And then we've got a new show on Wednesday with Hannah McIntyre. So you need to come and stay tuned to find out. It's at 6 o'clock to find out what she's going to be about. So I shall be, I'll be all right for tomorrow. So I shall be looking at. And then obviously we've got the lovely Bill at the end of the week on Thursday. And did you know, Richard, it is our year anniversary this Wednesday, a year ago, was when I came on your Evening with Spirit. And that's when it all started. And poor old Richard had to leave of sanity and asked me do I want to come back a little bit more than full time. So we had Bill last week, and now it popped up on my memories. So I was like, oh. So anyway, that was just me musing for 2 minutes about the past. But as I'm doing that and I'm making that connection, I'd like for you to bring up some names, please, Richard, so we can do some more hellos. Congratulations, Claire. Yay! Is it congratulations to me and commiserations to Richard? You never know. I haven't sung to him for a little while. Hello, Kim. Lovely to see you. And thank you very much for the little birthday cakes. Eee. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Terry. Yes. A year, nearly a year of Heavenly Sprinkles as well on here. So excellent. Let's do some more people. Ah, Rich just reminded me that Terry was one of the first people that I ever made a connection with on here. That's our anniversary, Terry, as well, and everybody else. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Why not? All right, let's do some more hellos. Hi, Vicky. I love all the little hearts. Thank you very much, Lucas. Good on me. Thank you very much. Lovely. Right. I need to come to you should be a TV presenter. I'd love to do that. I want to do more shows. But anyway, we're not talking about me. We're going to move on because I've got a very impatient lady who she's telling me I need to go to Facebook. Apparently they're getting quite savvy about this now. They're getting quite bossy, Spirit is. So she's telling me I need to come to Facebook. She's telling me I need to give the names. Funny enough, the name came up when I was chatting to Richard. I need to give the name Lucy. So Lucy would be important. May well be up in the spirit world or down here, that she's not telling me, but she's telling me that Lucy is important. That's a name I've not recently used. Okay, thank you very much. I've got, she's also telling me I've got a grandson who's 16. Okay, right, let's bring up some names, Richard, and I'm sure this lovely lady will pull at me where I need to go. So I know I need to okay, so she's a mum. She's a mum, obviously she's a mum. She wants to talk to her daughter. So I don't worry about the name Lucy if the Lucy can't connect, but I'm being told I need to talk to my daughter. Right, okay. And as a grandson, either when she passed, had just finished his GCSEs type of thing, or he's only just turned 16 and he's just fancying his GCSE. Right, okay, where am I going? I've got a mum. I've got a mum. Right, Sharon Caldine. Sharon, I'd like to come and work with you if that's okay. I have been drawn to the other lady that was on YouTube a few minutes ago, Richard, that you popped up that said about, yes, Melissa as well. So I'm going to focus on, they're doing it again tonight, Spirit is, I'm going to focus on Sharon, but I may well come back to Melissa afterwards. So Melissa on YouTube, if you can just hear out. It's just Spirit changing how they work. They love to do this to me online. It's not fair. Right, okay. So Sharon, I'd like to come and work with you. So as I said, the name Lucy was given to me. If you can't take the name Lucy, don't worry, because that may well be connected to Melissa. I know I've got to recognise a motherly lady. I've also got to recognise a grandson here. She's telling me who, like I said, Eva, he was just about to do his examinations in school when she passed, or he has since been done his examinations when he passed. So I'm going to pass that over. I'm going to ask you to give me a bit more information to know that I'm with you, Sharon. If not Melissa, so Melissa, I'll ask you to hold on. Right, okay. I keep being drawn to my moon dangling. That doesn't help. What is it called? Like a wind chime. Thank you very much. That was like, tell me, Spirit, when it's wind chime. I need to be drawn to my moon wind chime. So there would be a memory link to mum, or this motherly energy, shall we say, that always loved wind chimes, or somebody here loves wind chimes. So this could be a memory link, or some memory link, but somebody liking wind chimes now, because I keep hearing the tinkle tinkle sounds that get made. Okay, let me see if I can get some names for you. Traditional name I know, but I've got to give the name Mary, so Mary needs to be passed over. Come and give me some other names. That's another old name. Anne, I know they're very traditional names. Give me another name that somebody could. Right, Sharon, I need to recognise your name's important. Your name, either your name is, because she said to me 3 times, Sharon. So I know obviously you're important to her, but she's also telling me your name would be relevant. So either you are named after somebody that would be connected to mum, or somebody has, you've got your name to your name's been used for somebody else. So before I continue, I'd like to check with Sharon whether that makes sense to you. So the wind chimes, yes, okay, right, okay. What I just asked you to, Sharon, is I got a yes, but I've done loads of babbling since then. So let me see if I can get another thing for you. Can you take a memory link of always having a tea tray, or her always having a tea tray? I know it sounds really weird, but I'm asking her to give me things to let me be navigated to where I need to go. I've got a tea tray, always putting the cups on a tea tray. So I'm going to ask specifically, does that make sense to you, Sharon? And whilst, okay. Right, I'm just allowing Richard to just pull her lovely comments up, and I've got to do a tea tray. Okay, my daughter has a tattoo on her back. Okay. Right, I'm gonna. Oh, I see the moon. Okay, right. Okay, I'll take that. Right, I need to give a tea tray though. The tea tray is important. So I've got a tea tray, a memory link of always putting the teacups on a tea tray, and either she would take it into the living room, or whether you would just have a memory of her having a tea tray. Okay, let's see what because she's coming in and out of my energy, which never really helps. Right, okay. October, we've got a lot going on in October. October's important. She says that's a birthday party and anniversary. She tells me that I have her second name. Okay, thank you very much. She just kept saying Sharon was important. Okay, she tells me October's important, what other month? December's important, birthday party and anniversary. And she tells me that April's important. So October, December, and April's important, birthday party and anniversary. Okay, what else do you want to give me? Give me a date, my lovely. I need to recognise that there'll be a birthday party and anniversary at the beginning of a month, because she's just given me the second for you. So the second would be important, a birthday party in or around the second. Okay. She's come through to say to you, I want to say thank you, she says. Okay. Either okay, she's talking to me about you, or it feels more to do with you, has felt like you didn't do enough, or should have done more, or could have done more to do with her passing. Because she's saying, please say to her, you've done more than enough, and stop beating yourself up about it. Now, if that isn't directly to you, that is you've got somebody around you that feels that they should have done more, and they've been beating themselves up, because she's like, you can't change it, is what she's just said. So she's telling me you can't change it. So she's asking for you to give yourself forgiveness. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Well, it does make sense. She's asking for forgiveness. Okay, yes, October, her birthday in April. Thank you very much, Shane. But she's asking for the forgiveness to give to yourself. Okay, and if it isn't for you, it's about somebody else needing to forgive themselves. Because she said, it's too late now. She said, life is for living. She said to me, and somebody feels like they're on hold at the moment. Now, like I said, sometimes we are the messenger. We've got to pass on a message to somebody else. Sometimes it's because the other person can hear it better from you than they would do if they had it from a message from the spirit world. But she's talking to me about, please pass on that forgiveness. Okay. And there was letters. She's telling me there were letters. So she knows about the letters. Somebody found some letters, or somebody wrote to her, because she is aware or has an awareness of the letters. So I know that might seem really, really unique, but she's drawing me to my paperwork where I've got handwriting. She said, tell them about the letters. So I know about the letters, or the letters that were written, or when it happened. Okay. I need to tell you, I'm not cold anymore either. So it's nice and warm in the spirit world. I'm not cold anymore as well. Is there anything else, my dear? Okay, and I know we had Mary, but I've just been given the name Maggie. So I need to pass over Maggie. Oh, I'm looking after her friend. She had after the same. Okay. She just wants you to just forgive yourself, or forgive those. She's like, it can't change. And with that, I am going to close the connection, Sharon. She's not a super strong lady. So sometimes your lovely loved ones come in because they want to give you the message more than the evidence. Sometimes your loved ones come in because they know the evidence is more necessarily than the message. But her lovely message to you, she just wants that sadness lifted. Thanks. She just said to me, just tell her I want that grief lifted. She means because there's more to life. She just wants that the grief lifted. Okay, somebody, either her or somebody here, has got problems with their teeth, because she's made me struggle with my words near to her end of my connection with you. But it is just a sort of, she wants that lifted, and just to give you a little bit of reassurance. And I've been told to pass over the name Maggie, which obviously would be a Margaret, but I wanted to use Maggie. And with that, Sharon, thank you so much. I hope it's given you some reassurance, and thank you so much for allowing me to work with you. Okay. Yeah, she was always cold. I think I'm going to love it when I get to the spirit world because I'll never be feeling cold either. I'll be relieved. Okay, right. I've got a gentleman that's walking the door now. Okay, we're going to do it that way. Right. I've got a gentleman that's walked in the door. He's just come straight in, bold as brass, this gentleman. He's a very strong energy. I've been given the name Robert and I've been told that I'm here to see my wife. Okay, right. So Richard, if we could bring up some names, that would be absolutely amazing. And I'll see where I'm going. But I've been told I need to come and see my wife. Where am I going, sir? Okay, so I know I've got, okay, and I've also got the name Robert, but I also had the name Richard. So I would be, there's definitely an R name connected. So he's come to see his wife and his name is Robert or Richard, because I've just been told Richard and Robert would be important. And I'm being told that he smoked too much. That doesn't help me, sir. I like going direct, but I'm just being, I've got my sage going. It's like woo, and all of a sudden I've just got. He would have been a smoker, or he gave up smoking just before he passed. But I'm being told about smoking is really heavy. Right, okay, let's see where I'm going. I know he's a gentleman, smoker, Robert Richard. Where am I going? Richard, can we go to YouTube, please? Because I've asked. They don't. They're changing things, and he's just given. Oh, they're not talking that much. Don't YouTube want to talk to us tonight? It says only. Okay. If right. The reason being I said I wanted to go to YouTube is because I've just been given the colour red. Okay, I'm going to Michelle. I've just got an imagery of red. So I'm going to come to Michelle Arthur, if that's the right place. Like I said, dads and father-in-laws, it's hard because dads, fathers and grandfathers are all that same vibe. And okay, there we go. I asked him which, we've got a new one now then in the world of spirit. Give me the colour of where I am. And they gave me red. So I knew I needed to be on YouTube. Oh, this is a new one, spirit. Keep doing that. Right, okay, brilliant. Right, yeah. And with Michelle Arthur, who's confirmed father-in-law was called Richard. Okay, and was like a father. Brilliant. Okay, right, I'm coming to you, but I know I've got you or somebody gave up smoking that was a heavy smoker. I don't know whether that was your father-in-law near to when he passed or whether somebody has given up smoking, but I know I need to recognise smoking was prevalent somewhere along the line. Okay, he's telling me 3's important. So 3 feels like either he has 3 grandchildren or that he has 3 sons or 3 daughters. Okay, and I've got red hair, red nails. Okay, so the red was there as well. Thank you. So 3's important, and it feels more to do with family members than actually March being important, because they normally tell me the month. So I know I've got to recognise 3's important. Right, and my son, he had 3 kids. Right, we are definitely with you, Michelle. Can you take your father-in-law being a very, I want to use the word dynamic individual, because he's making me feel that he whooshes in, and this is what I mean about your loved ones. If they're very quiet individuals here, they're quiet in the spirit world. If they're loud and quiet, here I am, then that's what they're like in the spirit world. Because your father-in-law, I literally felt like my door had been open and he's come and stood straight in the room and he's like, here I am. So he would have been that way inclined, that when he came in, dynamic, very engaging is what he makes me feel like. He talks to me though that he wished, and I know it's a typical thing, but he talks to me about how it was a lot of work when his children were younger. He was very charismatic. Yeah, he's a bit charming. Work when he was younger. There was a period of time, he tells me, where it was a necessity. So there must have been a period of time where either he became unemployed or somebody didn't, there wasn't as much money coming in, because he makes me feel that though that wasn't his choice, he had to do a little bit more work. And the feels like he's telling me is that there wasn't enough pennies coming in. So I don't know whether that was, say, moved homes, partner didn't have a job, I don't know, but I just keep seeing that there wasn't enough pennies coming in and he had to work. Okay, and I keep seeing building work with this gentleman. So I don't know who's if somebody's a builder or whether that was when to do with the pennies, but he's telling me building work because I keep seeing red bricks. So I don't know who's a builder. He spoke to everyone about their interest. Okie dokie. About their interest. Okay. Well, I know I want to recognise work, and I've got loads of building work going on here. So I don't know where the building work. But anyway, okay. Let's talk to me about some months then. Oh, he's have a conversation about anything with anyone. Yeah, if he's going to be like that individual, right? Apparently, though, I was scaffolding man. Okay, apparently not cricket. You said he would talk about everything, and he went apparently not cricket. So there must have been a sport that he wouldn't play. Now, for me, and I do not mean to be disrespectful to anybody that likes cricket, to me, cricket is a boring game. So I'm not saying it was literally cricket, but that's the game you would not see me watching. So there must have been a sport he wouldn't have talked about because he found it was boring, apparently. Okay. You're all fun and games, aren't you, sir? Right, okay. Let's do some months, shall we? What months are you going to give me? He's just placed a calendar in front of me. Right, February's important. Birthday, party, and anniversary. What other months do you want to give me? I need to recognise July's important. Birthday, party, and anniversary. And what other month? I want to go to November. He was a joker. Okay, thank you. So I know I want to pass over them months. He keeps giving me the name. I keep getting a name like Adam or no, yeah, it's like Adam, or somebody would use an initial because I keep seeing A, like, and I'll tell you what I keep getting, like AJ, as if somebody wouldn't necessarily be known by their name, they'd be known by their initials. Because I've got AJ, but I can't tell whether he's talking to me about Adam as a name or whether somebody just would use their name, their initials as a name. Right, okay. He's talking to me at the moment that I do want to put that. Okay, do you want to? I lost you. Ooh. I do apologise, everybody. I was in the right flow. Oh, they can't see me. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. Michelle, can you take, because there is no reason why that went wrong. Can you take, we'll come back to the people shouldn't talk. No, he's just burst out laughing. Your gentleman in spirit didn't like technology. Can you take that he would have been somebody that would have switched the answer to sorting a computer out is switch it off and switch it back on? I know that's really bizarre, but your gentleman in spirit is laughing his blooming head off at me, because he went, well, that's what you would do. You switch it on and switch it off. Okay. Right, I want to get back to my message. So do not do something like that again. So as we had people who don't think shouldn't talk. He's making me put my hand on my shoulder. No, he hates it. Well, don't hate this technology, please. Mirror the TV. What he's coming through is that there is somebody around you that's driving you potty at the moment, making you get rather frustrated because they are only seeing things from their perspective, not anybody else's perspective. Now, this may not be you, as there is always, you may well be supporting somebody who's going through this. And what your lovely gentleman is coming in is just to say, let it play out. Oh, he's really putting his hand on my hip. So I know I need to, he must have stood at some point with his hand on his hip, because he's telling me, let it play out. It went, that was so, he went, give them enough rope and they'll hang themselves. That's awful, sir. That's the type of comedy you're gentleman. Because as I've just said it, I'm like, oh my days. And he went, but that's what his type of humour would have been. He would have sort of said things that you might nowadays go, that really isn't the right type of wording. So I do apologise, because I've just realised I'm thinking that phrase is very dated now, but he is saying, let somebody just see it through. They will get their comeuppance, is what he would. Okay, he always stood with his hand on his hip. He is a very, very strong energy. And I can feel his energy in around me. So he's a very strong person, very strong in character, very strong in mind, to the point that that's when I will say something like I did, and he'll go, oops, and it's their voices come through before I would have even thought about that. But he is just simply saying, just let it play out for the time being, see where it goes, try not to get yourself wound up. And leave it at the door. So I'm going to close his connection before he switches my IT off or causes me to say something else. But he has got such a fun, strong energy, and he's just really coming to give you a laugh and to give us all a laugh. And with that, I am going to close his connection before he gets me into trouble. And I shall say thank you very much, Michelle, for allowing me to work with you. I do really appreciate it. Whew. And I've now come to the end of the evening. So thank you to everybody. Remember, if you was listening and then messages resonated with you, you could take names and dates. Please know you opened up your heart chakra to the spirit world. They've come through on that energy. So if it feels right in your heart, then please do take it. Thank you to everybody that's come on. If you want to come and find me, you quite enjoy this Weird Essex girl, then please pop over to my page, Heavenly Sprinkles, where you'll see where I do all manner of things apart from annoying Richard, because we like to do that as well. And I shall say, have a cracking week ahead. Look after yourself, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Take care. Bye.